Hello, fancy friends. It's a Monday, so here I am on my segment with Craft Around the Clock. How are you? Happy fall, everyone. It's the first day of fall. Woo! Yay. Look, we got fall in the background. We got our wreath hanging on our barn doors there. We got our tree with the pumpkins and all that. So we are ready for fall here on Yesterday's Tomorrows. So come on in and join me, ladies. If you're watching this and you don't see that red light button there up on the corner, that means you're watching on the replay. And if you could just put in the comments #replay and let me know that you're watching. And if you are new, please put that you are new so I can welcome you to our page. Remember, the first time you come on my page here, Yesterday's Tomorrows, you are a newbie. Second time you show up, you're automatically a fancy friend. So come and be a fancy friend. Hello, Marlene. We got Anna's here. Hello, Miss Tracy Campbell, sweet friend. How are you? All right, so let me show you what we're going to make today. I'm really excited. We're going to make a Christmas village on I guess this is like a hat box, guys, right? Look at that. It's one of those crepe paper mache round boxes. Hi, Franca and Luann and Terry. Thank you, Anna. How are you? So we're going to make a Village Wonder Transfers. We're going to use the Village of Wonder Transfers, and we're going to make it a Christmas village. Isn't this cute? All right, so first, let me show you what we're using today before we get started. Hi, Sandy. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. If you can get those hearts going, I would also really appreciate that. So some of our fancy friends that are not getting the notifications, hopefully they can come and join us. Just happy fall, y'all. Happy fall. Can you believe it's fall already? Yikes. Did the summer come already? I don't even know. All right, so let me show you what we're using today. This is really great. Terry, I know you have this one. The Village of Wonder. It's a redesign with Prima, a transfer. It comes in 4 sheets this time, because you know why it's 4 sheets? Because you get a bonus sheet this time. Look at that. Look at all those villages. Oh my God. Let me show you up close and personal real quick. Thank you for sprinkling, everybody. I appreciate it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love that you get lampposts. So if you're making your villages, look at this. I think this is a bakery or something, or a little vintage store. Look how stinking cute that is, right? You got little Christmas trees to put in your little village. So many houses, right? Of course, you've got a church to put there. You got 2 churches, depending on the color that you want, but you got a chalet. So you get a lot in this. And like I said, this one, you get a bonus sheet in here. So you can find these on my website. Yesterday's Tomorrows.shop. Let me get this out of the way. All you have to do is put in the comments, !website, no spaces, all small letters, !website, and that'll give you the link to my website. We're also going to use, and these are also on my website, we're going to use some stamping, okay? This one is called, this is the one we're going to use, Santa's Helper Tags. Let me show you what they look like. I know it's backwards, right? But look at that. You got the Christmas tree, you got the vintage Santa, you got snowflakes, you got a little bird, you got acorns, and you got Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. That's the one we're going to use today. But I also have this one, which is, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, wrong one. I have another one to show you, but let's get this done. And if we have more time, I'll show you the next one. I pulled the same one. Yikes. But there are, if you go on my website, you'll see 2 sets of stamps. So, Franca. Hello, everybody. All right. So this is from Hobby Lobby, guys. This is one of those paper mache round boxes. This one, I believe it was $10, and there's 3 in there. This was the biggest one. There's another one, and then there was a smaller one in there. So it's just the paper mache boxes from Walmart. Then what I've been doing, especially with the paper mache, because I find if I paint them, because paper mache is paper, that it kind of wants to warp a little bit. So I've been spray painting them. And so I spray painted this it's a Rust-Oleum color, and I forget, ladies, but it's like an antique white color. Okay, so I don't know, hopefully it's showing up on the camera. It's not, okay, so this is white, see? And this is more of a creamy color, okay? So it's like an antique white. And hi, Ginny. Hello, Gwen. Hi, Pam. All right, so I did 2 coats of that on there. And I'll tell you, it's when you spray paint, it's quick. 1, 2, 3, and it's dry and it's ready to go. So that's my little tip of the day. Use spray paint when you're using the paper mache. For me, when I paint it, I find it that it warps a little bit because you're painting on paper. So if you spray paint it, you have no worries. All right. Okay, so let's get started with our little Village of Wonder transfer that we're going to use. Hello, Leslie. All right, so let's see which one. Now, we've got a lot to pick from on here. So I'm going to do it with the top on the box. If you're doing it, you can take it off if you want and only make it go up to, the part where the box, where the lid ends. But I'm going to go up, and even if some goes above there, some of them are going to go that far because I wanted to go on the lid of the box too. So, well, Marlene, I thank you so much. It's hard to close the lid after you paint it, Franca. Yeah, well, with spray paint, there's no worries. I'm telling you, there's no worries. There we go. No worries with the spray paint. Guess what? It's quick. It's quick. If you got to paint this, literally, I probably had this painted and dried 15 minutes, if that. Marlene, how are you, sweetie? 15 minutes. It was spray painted and dried. And you know how long it would have taken you to paint, ladies. All right. So anyway, so let's see what we're going to pick first. This big one we're going to put on the top. So we're going to wait. This one I thought would be really pretty on the top. So we're going to set that aside because I already know that I wanted a big image for the top. So that's the one we're going to go on the top. All right. So let's get one of our houses on there. And let's see. Oh, this is a pretty one. So let's get that cut out. This is good, a cut-upable. Have any of you that are here, did you get this one when this was in the release for Redesign with Prima? Because it is a goodie. This one is a goodie. So you can make those little villages on anything. I mean, I just love all the little stuff that they give you. Look at this. They even give you, let me show you. Look at this. Little whiskey barrels. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Little chair. Oh, actually, I don't know if I want this room. I don't want this rolling, so let's get this out of there. Okay, there we go. There's a little bit that wasn't dry, so I had that on there to make sure this was totally dry. Now, remember when you're doing transfers, you want them. Franca did? Yay! And I know Terry did too. Hey, Jen, howdy. All right, so here we go. So that look how cute that's gonna look on there, guys. Look how cute. And this one has a little poinsettia, little sprig there. So I'm going to leave that on there. I like the way that looks. But if you wanted to cut that out, by all means, you cut it out. You do you. Hello, Donna. Like I said, I just give you the inspiration, guys. Then you make it how you want it. You want to spray paint your box a different color, go right ahead. I got some extra colors. I'm starting to like the low odor Rust-Oleum. This one's not the low odor, but I'm loving the Rust-Oleum, the low odor, guys. It really works. There's no smell. It dries really quick. So that might be one you want to try. I got one in a red color. There we go. Hold on. Whoop. All right. So now I'm going to try to get them close to the bottom here. So, the houses look like, they're sitting on the edge. There we go. So it's almost like a street. So it's going to be like a village, if that makes sense. Okay. There you go. Now you can also, I did not get to paint the inside of my box. If you want to spray paint the inside of your box, by all means, go right ahead. I did not. I just didn't have time. But you can go spray paint the inside, and you could spray paint the bottom too if you wanted to. But I actually really wanted to purposely leave the bottom not painted so you could see exactly what it looks like. You love Christmas country decor? Me too. We're making a winter village today out of Village of Wonders transfer. Look at that. I mean, you get a lot. You get a lot because this one has the, hold on. I want to make sure. There we go. So, you know, sometimes, remember I was doing the pumpkin the other day? Sometimes it's just easier if you just do it with your nail. All right, there we go. There. There we go. And see, just like that. See, I wanted to go that it's coming over the top of the box. You could do that if you want, or, you know, it's even a good idea if you didn't want to do that. You can also put some pretty ribbon around there. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I said, let me try this first. Okay. All right, so let's, well, needs a little bit more elbow grease. Now, remember the trick that I showed you? Here's because this was cut right here at the edge. If you want to make sure that you're not going to be scraping your paint while you're rubbing, all you need to do is put this down and go like that over it, and then you won't scrape your paint if your transfer is close to the edge of the plastic. I hope that makes sense. Whoop. Let's see who we got here. Oh, you love my jacket. Thank you. Oh, it's an oldie, but this jacket's an oldie, but a goodie. I got it like 3 or 4 years ago, and every time I wear it, I was just at a doctor's appointment this morning, ladies, and the nurses loved it. Everywhere I go, everybody loves it. But it was 3 or 4 years ago. They don't even have it in the store anymore. All right, there we go. Okay. So you want to start from one end. See, this is a big area right here, so that comes off really quick. It's when you have the small little leaves and stuff like that, that sometimes it takes a little bit longer to come off. You know, the French writing or any kind of writing. And remember, ladies, don't worry. If it cracks on you a little bit, you transfer, that's okay, because you want it to look old anyway, right? You don't want it to look perfect. There we go. And there we go. There's our first one right there. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. That's gorgeous. Now remember, when you transfer, fancy word, burnishing, burnishing. Now you got to put a top coat on this, ladies. Don't forget, when it's all done, it needs a top coat. All transfers need a top coat. Well, look how stinking cute that is. I just love this that goes up there. Hello. Hey, Kerry. All right. So there's our first one right there. Now, I've been dying. When I saw this, what really got to me, ladies, are these lampposts. I wanted to put a lamppost on it. So I think I'm going to put a couple of lampposts. So let me see which one I want to put on there. Okay. Which one? Let me see which one that looks like it's going to be next to the house. This looks like a big one. I don't think that might be too big, yes. All right, so let's cut out. So if this house was on the street and it needed a lamppost next to it, which side? All right, so let's cut out the lamppost and then let's get it on there and see which size we're going to need. See, now the lampposts are flat right here, just like that. So you're going to be able to put that on the edge of the box. So it looks like I'm saying, we're going to be creating like a village scene, like almost like a street. All right, so this is going to be a little easier now for me to see which size I want. Oh, that one. Oh, I think the little one right here is good because this has the little trees and leaves, just like that's on the house there. So let's put that on there. All right, and we're going to put that there. So this is fun, ladies. This is, with this transfer, you can have a lot of fun with it. And it's going to be something that, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to create it because you're making a village. So you want to take your time, making sure everything's where it's supposed to go in its place. Look. Oh my gosh, I got my lamppost. Hi, Renee. Hi, Karen. How are you? All right, so let's put that on there. This should go on pretty easily. It's got the little part right here with the small little leaves. Let me make sure I get that down. So if you're just tuning in, happy fall, everyone. First day of fall here in New Jersey. It's an overcast, cloudy day, not rain. We need the rain desperately, but it's not raining, but it's cloudy. Oh, a little bit more. And it's humid. Believe it or not, it's humid. It's cool, but it's humid. There we go. All right, and remember, don't tear it off like a Band-Aid. Make sure it's all staying on while you're tearing it off. Just make sure it's staying on your project. Like it? Oh yeah, that's it. No, you want your plastic to come off clean. There we go. And same thing, burnish. Now I will go ahead before I top coat it and burnish it really well. But look how cute that is. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate the sprinkling, ladies. I sure do. The sprinkling, every comment that you make in when I'm doing a live means a lot. The more you comment, the more Facebook says, wow, there's a party going on there. I should really sprinkle this out a little more, so I appreciate it. Well, we got this house. Look at this. This one's cool with all the snow on it. This one has snow on it. Let's put this out there. Whoa, what did I drop? All right, so let's get that on there. That'll be really, really cool. And what I like about this too, the redesign with Prima, they give you the colors. Can you see that? Those are the main colors that are in all the transfers. So if you wanted to pick out paint or something, you got something to go by right there with all the different colors of the orangey, the vintagey orange, the blues. So I love that. Hey, Jacqueline. You haven't used it yet, Franca? Oh my. Now, let me give you a tip. These are a transfer. So when you're putting down your project, unless you want that on there, take that off or that will come on your project. You got a slow rain in Dayton, Ohio? Well, send it over. Can you use Mod Podge to seal it? And you could, but if you're doing something like this that you're going to want to keep for a long time, I recommend you using a better quality sealer than Mod Podge. Mod Podge will yellow over time, and sometimes it cracks a little bit. So I would probably use, I like to use Extreme Guard Top Coat, or even if you wanted to spray paint it again too, I would just use Rust-Oleum 2X clear spray paint, but I wouldn't use the Mod Podge. And the Rust-Oleum 2X has an anti-yellowing agent in it also. Do I have a brick and mortar shop, Elizabeth? No, I don't. I just have a website. I have a website. So you can find everything here, ladies, on my website. Now remember, my website is yesterdaystomorrows.shop. And if you put into the comments, there we go. If you just pull, while I'm going to be doing this, you're putting this in the comment, ! Website, all small letters, no spaces. That will give you the link to my website. There we go. So what I'm going to show you what I did, I kind of overlapped it a little bit because I want this flowing like it's a street. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to leave a space. I wanted to look like it's flowing all together. So there we go. Now, ladies, I do have a group page. It's called Yesterday's Tomorrows. And that's where everybody goes on and shows their crafts. If you make stuff, I would love to see it. If you make one of these boxes or whatever you make with this. There we go. You can join as a free group. There we go. All right, this should come up pretty easily. There we go. Sorry if I can't see the comments, ladies. Sometimes when I'm working like this and I got my head bent down, I don't see it. But ladies, if somebody is on there and they come on and they're new and they letting us know that they're new, could you welcome them to our page? I would so appreciate it. There we go. Because a lot of times somebody's like, oh, can't you see me? Can't you see me? And I'm like, oh, I apologize. I was busy working. All right, now I'm going to make sure I get this little part of the tree up on the top. I think that's the only, it's one little piece that's going to go on top by the lid. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. Whoop. Hello, Christina. How are you, sweet friend? Congratulations on Pinterest. I saw your post the other day. Ladies, if you're not following my friend Christina, go follow her on her page. She's amazing. There we go. Yeah, these got all those. Can I just want to show you. Can you see all these little twigs right there, right? Oh, I need to go get my nails done desperately. But if you see all those little twigs, right, those take a little bit more, there we go, a little bit more elbow grease. And see, this is a big surface area. This is going to come off quickly because it's a big surface area. There we go. Oh, a little twig. There's little twigs, little branches are coming off. There we go. Now you can put this on anything, guys. Even if you have an old cookie tin, you know those round cookie tins you can buy at Walmart. You can get those butter cookies in. You can use one of those. Eat the cookies by all means. Don't waste them. And then just spray paint the cookie tin. And you can make one of these. You don't have to have one of these, paper mache boxes. Use an old cookie tin. It'll come out just as well. There we go. All right. And especially when you have these here, you've really got to make sure that you burnish it down. But an old cookie tin would work out well too. Especially if you have one that's a little higher. Not the smaller ones. You need ones a little bit taller. Oh, look how pretty. Yes, right? Look how cute that looks already, right? Isn't that adorable? That is so gosh darn cute. All right. There we go. How about now? Let's get a Christmas tree on there. Now they have some Christmas trees that you can pick from. They're all different sizes. See? Got all different sizes. So let's see what size. Whoop. We're just going to go around in the same direction. And let me see what size tree. I think that might be too small. Let's see how big this is. I think the bigger tree might work. All right, so let's cut out the bigger tree. Thanks, Sandy. I know, isn't it pretty? So like I said, if you didn't have one of these paper mache, you can use a cookie tin that you maybe have on hand from last year that you ate all the cookies. I know Walmart sells those cookie tins, especially at Christmas time. Who doesn't like them? Who does not like those butter cookies that look like a pretzel? I do. Christina, these are Redesign with Prima, and I carry Redesign with Prima. I'm a retailer for them, so they were on my website. Village of Wonders. There we go, guys. So yeah, if you just join me, you can find these on my website. Yesterday's Tomorrow's .shop. And with this set, it does come with a bonus sheet. You get a bonus sheet. So instead of 3 sheets, like always, you're getting 4 sheets. So isn't that cool? All right, let's see. The tree, or I don't know if I want that tree. I think I might want this. See, this is what's gonna happen. When you're doing this, you're gonna be, oh, I don't know. Maybe that will look better, right? Or I don't know, maybe that will, because look at this, what they have here. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. This is really cute too. I'm loving this. Where they have a wagon wheel, right? So if you put that on the bottom, look at the wagon wheel. Be nice. That is really super duper cute. 2. All right, I think I'm going to go. Oh, here we go. Pick out a tree, Kim. Just pick out a tree. All right. I don't think I wanted one that big. It was too big. There we go. So I think I'm picking out this tree. I'm going to pick out this one. I never met a cookie I didn't like. You know, Renee? Me either. Oh, you love those butter cookies too? I know. I just love, you know, and they're all taste the same. They're just in different shapes, right? Or a box. Yes, a box. You could use a box also. Absolutely, you could use a box. You could use a box. But, oh my gosh, yeah. How crazy. Those cookies are delicious. They all taste the same. They're just in a different shape. What the heck, right? But they're good. I made a new cookie last night, guys. Oh my gosh, it came out so good. I'm going to start when it really gets to be fall and stuff, sharing some recipes too. Ladies, if you do like that, would you like me to share some recipes? You know, I don't invent these recipes. It's just ones that I try that I love and would like to share them with you. I made a 3-ingredient almond cookie. I kid you not. 3 ingredients almond cookies. Or maybe 4 ingredients. No, 3, yeah. And they were amazing. I don't know, Carrie, if you're still on here, did you like them? I gave them some to my sister Carrie last night. You love those butter cookies, Jacqueline? I know, right? Didn't you grow up with those butter cookies, ladies? Right? Even our grandmothers used to buy them. Let me stand up. There we go. Yes, Franca said yes. Good, okay. I've got my pumpkin cheesecake that I make, that I love. And I made these cookies last night. Oh my God, they were so good. 3-ingredient almond cookies. I'm telling you, delicious. 3-ingredient. And they were incredible. Well, I like them anyway. There we go. There we go. And once you start, it goes. There we go. Now, also remember when you're doing this, your paint needs to be really dry. Don't do it if it's wet. Do not do it if it's wet. There we go. Look. Oh my gosh, ladies, look how cute that's coming out. Oh, my family's all-time favorite cookie is cowboy cookies. What are cowboy cookies? I've never heard of a cowboy cookie, but like someone said, never met a cookie I didn't like. Never met a cookie I didn't like. All right, so let's get another, what house should we do now? Or maybe, how about a church? Should we get this? Well, maybe, no. Let's get this, I think I'll put a little pop of color on there. Let's get that red in there. I love Biscoff cookies with milk. Yes, oh my gosh. Hello, secondhand treasures. Yeah, they are delicious. Love those. I get those in Costco. They have the big box of them. They are delicious. They are really, really good, Debbie. I love them. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to put that. Looking for a good cookie recipe with potato chips and pretzels. Now that I don't have. Potato chips and pretzels. Ladies, did you know a recipe? All right. So let's put this. Oh, wait. Red. And, or do I want my church? Now I'm going to go with the church, ladies, and then I'm going to put the red there. Doesn't really matter, Kim. All right, PM say, Kim, just get a house on there. Just get a house on there. All right, and then it has some fillers. See, they even have fillers that you can put in between if you need some fillers on there. Okay. And remember, if you do not use the transfer when you're cutting them up, make sure you staple it together so it does not come apart. Yeah. Oh, the church. We're going to do the church. Love butter cookies with a lovely, yes, with coffee. I love mine with tea, though. I'm a teetotaler. Oh, you're welcome. You like the emails? I hope so, ladies. I try to make it that's something that you'd be interested in. Jacqueline, shortbreads are my husband's favorites. Shortbreads are Mr. Fancy's favorite. He loves his shortbread. His mother used to make them. And he loves the shortbread. Don't you love this time of year? Cookies and everything. You got the cookies and all that. I just love it. And you start making food that smells good in the house, right? And nice. I made a nice pot roast the other day, and I just love this time of year. Let's see. And we have Maurice from Virginia. Chocolate chip cookies are not just the chocolate chip cookie I like. White chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, white chocolate chip cookies. Never made that. That sounds delicious. Yeah, so I'll start. I bake. I'm not one of the like a great baker, but you know, I have some that are tried and true that the family loves, and I will share it with you ladies. And I'm going to be making some blog posts, and I'll be posting those, and then you'll be able to see everything printed out for you guys. So if you're interested in that too, I'll be doing some blog posts on the cookies. But that pumpkin cheesecake that I made, wow, that was great. That's on YouTube, ladies. If you want to go check, if you are interested in seeing it now, I do have a YouTube channel, Yesterday's Tomorrow's, and that pumpkin cheesecake recipe is already on there, the video. So if you want to go take a look and check it out now, you are more than welcome. 50 zucchini, did you say 50? 50 zucchini breads. Oh my word, that's a lot of zucchini bread. Well, I'm sure the people that you shared it with were extremely happy. Yeah, ladies, if you don't belong, I have a YouTube channel. Not right now, but if you go on YouTube, I would love if you come and subscribe and join my YouTube family too, because I'll be posting a lot on YouTube. One of these days, I will go live on YouTube, but I will let you know when. It's just getting on there and doing it. All right. Come on, church. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open it up and see all the people. Remember that when you were little, guys, you used to do that with your hands? Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open it up and see all the people. There we go. Boy, and we thought we were pretty cool when we did that. When we were growing up, right? Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. And what are we doing for time? All right, I might start at the top, ladies, just because I don't think we're going to get through the whole thing. But you get the drift about going all the way around and just adding as you go. But I want to get the top done too, so you can see what I'm going to do with the top, because I'm going to stamp a little bit on the top. So after I get this on, we'll continue with the front. And then I will show you. And then the next time I come on, I can show you. Oh, and I even wanted to show you the plate. Remember last week I did the plate, ladies? All right, so maybe next week we'll do one time I did, and it was fun. I finished up a bunch of projects that I never finished. And that was my craft around the clock. Who doesn't have a pile of unfinished projects, I ask you, right? Everybody has that. But it was great because I got to finish them with all of you. Ooh. All right, so let's get the church. There we go. All right, so let's show you what we got. So much. Okay, so let me show you what we're doing here. This is a bigger box. This came in 3 different ones, ladies. So, you know, the smaller the box, but this box is pretty big. Okay, so let's start from here. There. Oh. Okay, so what I'm not going to be ever opening this, ladies. This is going to be something that's going to stay closed. So I'm going to put some glue around this so that because I'm going up the sides here, I always want to make sure that it's that it lines up. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so right now, is it lined up? Okay. There we go. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Look at that village. So I probably did, it's about half of it. This is the name of it. It's the Village of Wonders by Redesign with Prima. I do have them on my website, ladies, if you're interested in them. All right, so let me show you the one I'm going to use for the top. Let me get myself situated here. Hey, Sue, how are you? Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. All right. Now remember when always my tip, when you have cut some things out and you don't, you're going to use them for another project and you don't want it to lose it. If the backing comes off of this, it'll stick onto something else. Just get one of these 97-cent staplers from Walmart, staple it together, and it won't come apart on you, and you will have it for your next project. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me show you the top. The top, I'm going to use this one. I already decided because it's a big, it has a bunch of houses on it already. All right, and then I just want in the corner, I'm going to want to use this decor stamps called Santa's Helpers. You can see them more there, right? And I'm going to put Happy Holidays. All right, so let me get that out. There we go. And these are great for stamps. If you just, you can get those manila-looking ones on Amazon, right? And then have yourself a Merry Little Christmas, joy to the world, and you can stamp yourself a bunch of tags. And you don't have to buy them from the store. And people would rather get a homemade tag from you than one from Walmart, that's for sure. And then if you, on the back of it, if you write the date and the year, they'll have it always in, I use them for my Christmas tree. All right, so this is Happy Holidays. All right, so let's cut out our little village that we have right here. Okay, and make sure it's got a couple of Christmas trees right there. And we don't want, what's that? Okay, yeah, we don't want the trees, the Christmas trees. We'll use those. These are great. These real small ones are great for when you're filling in around there. If you have any spare spaces, as you're going around, if you have any bare spaces, if you see a little bare space, you could tuck in a little tree in there. Those are good for that. Or even the even these that they give you too. You can just tuck these into little spaces and as a fill-in. Okay, so this is going to go on top. There we go. Woo. And I want to make sure I get everything in there. All right, and then I'm also going to go around the edges and everything and vintage it all out using a little my ink. But I want to see where I want to put the Happy Holiday. So the Happy Holiday can go, the Happy Holiday can go right there. So if I put that there, the Happy Holiday would be perfect right there. Okay, so that's it. And I think somebody just asked a question and I just missed it. I apologize, guys. I usually try at night. I go on at nighttime on my channel. I'm going to put this down a little bit more. You might. Yeah, I don't want it to be looking like that. I want it to look down more. And all right, Pam, help me out. Oh, God. All right, there we go. It is what it is. Remember our page, perfectly imperfect. That's what we strive for. Perfectly imperfect. Okay. Now, these are kind of cut close here, right? So if you're afraid if you cut it a little bit too close to where you painted, right? All you need to do is take a piece of your, something that a transfer came off of and just go like that. And then you rub it. So this way you're not rubbing on your newly painted project, if that makes sense. Okay, so right here, same thing. Thanks, Pam. I knew I could count on you. Oh, goodness. That's beautiful. Thank you. This is a fun transfer, ladies. This is fun. This is something that you sit down and, you know, you do a little bit of it. You go back, you know, go back at night, pour yourself a cup of coffee, get yourself one of those cookies in a tin, put a little holiday music on, and just enjoy, right? Just enjoy doing crafting. Because this one's fun. This one's fun because you get so many beautiful villages on there. So pretty. Okay. So there we go. Let me see. Where do I want to? There we go. All right. Now this one should come off pretty easily because it's a big surface area, except for these little twigs here. Yeah, this is not a project that you can finish, you know. You want to take your time with it. You want to enjoy doing it. Let's just say that. You want to enjoy doing it. Nancy, good. This is a really nice Christmas craft to do. It really is. This is a good Christmas craft. It's a lot of fun. Because like I said, this is not something you're going to, well, unless you want to do it in a day, but it's nice to come back to, and because you know you're going to add a little something. I got some velvet ribbon I thought maybe I put on here. There's a bunch of things I might want to do to this. And it's definitely not going to happen in 45 minutes. There we go. All right. There we go. Hey, Angie Champagne. Where do you buy the transfers? I have them on my website. They're on my website. All you need to do is put this in the description. Where are we? Now, I don't have that many on hand, guys, so if you really want them, I would go quickly. Exclamation point website. No spaces, all small letters. I know the S is backwards. But and if you put that in the comment, you'll get the link. But I have some. I don't have a lot. So if you're interested, I don't mean to rush you, but I don't want you to miss out if this is something that you want. Okay. There we go. Look how easy that is. See the big surface area? So when I'm doing the big surface area like that, I'm burnishing as I go. You can see I'm burnishing as I go that way. I mean, I'm still going to burnish when I'm done, but this is how I like to take them off as I go. And this way I can see if any space did not come off. There we go. Then I just go like this. Now here's a little piece right here that you still see on there, but that was on the curve. And I did not want that to go down onto the side there. So that's why you see a little bit on the edges. That's the only reason. And there we go. Clean sheet. And burnish. Look at that. Is that not cute or what? That is adorable. All right, now we have this what does it say again? Happy holidays. And I think that would look real pretty right there. So let's get that done. This is with, do I want to do the black? No. Ground espresso, with the ground espresso. Oh, Vera, yes. What does I think this goes with everybody's decor, whether you're shabby chic, you know me, I'm shabby chic. Shabby chic, farmhouse, modern. I think the Christmas villages are timeless. I just think they're timeless. I'm going, which I am going to be going around like that. I'm not doing that right now. I need to ink this up. What am I doing? Ink it up. There we go. think I need time to get another one, or get the refill. Okay. Now remember, don't be afraid to stamp. What happens if it doesn't come out good, right? Nothing. You just repaint over it. No big whoops. Okay, there we go. And just press it down. Just like that. Now this is all going to tie in together, because see this? I'm not going to leave that like that. I am definitely going to be edging that out with the archival ink. So it'll all tie in together, because I want this, I don't want this to look brand new. I want it to look very vintagey. Okay, and so now I want to make sure it's down. I hold it with one hand and then I lift it up with the other like that. And it looks like it all went down. And look how pretty. Happy holidays. Isn't that nice? So pretty. Now I still think there's something that needs to go over here, and we got a couple of seconds. Oh, no, we don't. It is 2:30. It is 2:30. All right. But anyway, I will finish putting the other transfers. So next Monday, you can see the rest of it. And then I'll show you how I go about making it all vintagey and adding. I do have a couple of, I have a really pretty velvet dark green ribbon that I'm thinking maybe along the side right there. Can you see that? I thought that would be really pretty. So we got a lot of other things. We're going to put some of this on there. So we got a lot of things to do. So next Monday, we're going to be finishing this, ladies. We'll finish that off. And then I'll show you also that plate that I did last week too. So thanks everybody for joining me today on my segment with Craft Around the Clock. And remember, if you don't belong to Craft Around the Clock, all you have to do is go above in the descriptions and hit that tag, and Tracy Campbell will get you in. It's a free group. Thanks everybody for joining me today. And if you could just do me a favor, if you could just put, excuse me, if you could just please keep our fancy friends in your prayers. God knows who needs them. Okay, everybody? Mwah. Blessings to you all. I love you so much, fancy friends. I'll see you soon. Bye.